On mixing boards and DAWs, we use buses. Sometimes it's spelled with one S, sometimes with two, and no one really knows why. There's a dumb pun here, by the way. If you make it to the end of this video, you'll be in for a treat. But no matter how you spell it, there's still the matter of why is it called a bus in the first place? And also, what's the difference between a bus, an aux, and a send? Well, a bus is a summing point or signal pathway that combines multiple sources into one line. The term comes directly from electrical engineering. A bus bar, short for omnibus. It's a conductor that multiple circuits ride on. That being said, the word omnibus predates its use in electrical engineering as well. For any Spanish speakers out there, the word omnibus literally translates to a bus, like the passenger vehicle. That being said, it was being used in the early 1800s, long before our motor buses came around, but served largely the same purpose: a large public carriage that carried many people at once. And by the way, the word omnibus comes from Latin and translates roughly to for everyone, or for all. So regardless of which historical tie you choose to link an audio bus to, its purpose is always the same: a single travel path that multiple people or signals can travel through. What about auxes and sends? Well, a bus typically exists within a mixer or a DAW. Its purpose is to route things internally. For example, summing the multiple microphones in a drum kit through a drum bus. If we use water as an analogy, which helps in understanding signal flow, a bus is the equivalent to a pipe, the actual water path that connects point A to point B. A send, on the other hand, is a tap or an output point. Sends will typically make use of buses to get to point A or point B, and its purpose is to feed effects such as reverbs, delays, parallel processors, monitor mixes, etc. If we think of our water analogy, a send is the valve, and it allows you to control how much water is being sent through the bus. Finally, the aux. Auxes are special types of buses, typically shortened from auxiliary bus. They were primarily used for two things: outboard effects and monitor headphone mixes. Typically, auxes also had a master level control at the end of the chain so that it could be used to mix in reverb, delay, or headphone mixes, for example. Sticking to our water analogy, an aux is kind of like a split where you're able to send water in parallel to a second location. Oh, and by the way, the whole thing about the word bus having one S or two, some people say that the two S's were shorthand for bus send, although there's little evidence to support this. But I think it's a nice story to believe. Regardless of what you think, I think we can all agree that buses are bussin'.